Hello.
Hi, everybody. Would you please make silent your your mics? Please make it silent so we can have all clearer sound. Good afternoon. This is Ala Shaheen. أنا اسمي علاء Shaheen. I'm the Business Development Director of DARPE, and today I'm happy to host you all to walk through the best scenarios and the best way or the best approach for winning development aid funded contracts and the grants in the Middle East. Here is what we will cover today. So I'm welcoming you all. Happy to see you. I will go through a small presentation, and then I will go through the website, and then if you have any questions, please just share it and just write it on the chat, and I will open some questions at the end of this webinar, of today's webinar. Okay, 1 minute, please. So, do you see my screen? Do you see the presentation?
Yes.
Yes, I can see
the presentation. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So we'll start with DARPE. Through DARPE is the business. We brand ourselves as the business development. Please, sorry. We brand ourselves as the business development platform, business and proposal development platform and partnership. Could you please mute yourself, please? Noor or Christine, could you mute everyone?
Mr. Ala, I muted everybody, but now you have to unmute yourself. That's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Noor. DARPE is the partnership, business development, and proposal development enabler of the development community of the Middle East for the whole ecosystem, from the development implementing partners, including national and international NGOs, local NGOs, local consulting firms, international consulting firms, individual consultants, all organizations or grants seekers and contracts or grant seekers is suitable to benefit from DARPE platform. We cover the whole Middle East and North Africa region through all these countries, as well as Turkey, and we cover all development aid funded activities, tenders, grants, organizations, database across the whole development aid ecosystem, from the bilateral, multilateral donor funding agencies to the international organizations, to local and regional NGOs, to corporate funders, to Arab organizations. Corporate funders, I mean the CSR, who advertise publicly for their procurement notices. So we track all of these together in a very systematic way, on a day-to-day action, with researchers available to collect and aggregate such data across the whole spectrum and to classify these data. So once the data is classified properly according to 25 main sectors and about 100 sub-sectors of development services, from democratic governance to education, to health infrastructure, women empowerment, youth empowerment, child protection, social programs, infrastructure programs, as well as we classify against type of services from across all different type of services. Consulting firms, non-governmental organizations do provide for the development projects when they manage and deliver, when they design, manage, and deliver their programs, the development aid funded programs for the people that we serve at the end of the day. So we classify this information so that data available on DARPE website can be searchable easily with a reliable search engine that gives the subscribers and members of DARPE a list of whatever they want to, either tracking opportunities, our business pipeline, or organizations database that they need to follow and to connect and to build trusted relationship and to fundraise, for instance, and to position or to market themselves. So this DARPE provides this kind of service, which saves time, saves costs, but not only saving time and save costs, but as well make sure that you don't lose a single opportunity, and make sure that a partner, either a funding agency or an implementing partner, is seen, and people can connect with each other with informed decision, with information, enable such information when they know about each other. Such information enable people to build trusted relationships and longer term relationships. Once we have a trusted relationships and longer term one, we hope and we think that development aid funded projects will be more effective, more sustainable, more impactful, and not at least more meaningful to the people receiving development aid services. So DARPE is one of its kind in the Middle East, focusing on the Middle East, from the largest organization like USAID, European Union, World Bank, and others, to the smallest local NGO and national NGOs and regional ones, as well as to individual consultants and consulting firms. DARPE's mission and vision, that our purpose is to do better for more people across the Middle East, as I just mentioned, and we think the right information to be received by everyone, by every development aid practitioner or every member of the whole ecosystem, can make a big difference. Our mission is to deliver the business intelligence information in a connected and integrated way that development practitioners of the Middle East need to move a tender or a grant opportunity into a contract or into a grant award, to win contracts or to win grants. Because winning contracts and winning grants is not by chance. It's a lot of effort and a lot of knowledge that we need to capitalize on to be able to secure such contracts and grant awards, which ultimately will increase, of course, the financial revenues of organizations. For consulting firms, will improve their profitable growth, where with the organizations and non-governmental organizations will improve and enhance their sustainability by enhancing their financial security and financial sustainability by winning more. So what our aim is to provide such information necessary for these organizations to be able to be in a competitive edge, in the competitive range, to win. And once winning means we are growing, that means that we are alive, we are sustainable, we are continuing work, we are there, continuing delivering our services. I mean, the consulting firms and the NGOs continue delivering the services they think that they're according to their missions and to their mandates to serve the people, the concerned people and concerned beneficiaries. Whole journey of business development is DARPE is designed and based on most proven practice of business development or partnership development and proposal development. In order to be able to a good business developer or a partnership specialist, you have to go through a journey. The journey is of 4 phases, and DARPE is based on these 4 phases. From scout to engage, to position, and to capture. All consulting firms, for-profit consulting firms, individual consultants, as well as non-governmental organizations, not-for-profit organizations, and foundations need to go through these stages to win, to secure winning, and actually to make business development process more challenging, more interesting, and more disciplined. By scouting, we mean searching. That you need to search for the right opportunity and the relevant opportunity in real time. The relevant tender and or a grant opportunity in real time. And actually you need to do it in a consistent manner, because you don't find every day an opportunity that is suitable for your mandate and for your mission and for your capacity and expertise that can deliver and handle. So it's a consistent process of on daily basis to search these tenders and the grants until you find that relevant opportunity, strategic opportunity to bid for and tender for and respond and submit a proposal. This is what we call a scouting. And scouting gives business developers the capacity and the opportunity to be in the know what is going on, who is publishing what, who is procuring what, and what kind of procurement and what kind of projects, methodologies, type of sectors, services, and the way that we deliver these services and the way that we deliver developmental aid through scientific or through best practices of methodologies and technical approaches, that by reading these procurement notices, these RFPs, and requests for applications or requests for proposals. So is this the first step is to scout. This is the least that a business developer or a partnership specialist of a consulting firm of a non-governmental organization would do. But actually organizations and businesses, even if they have that someone who is specialized, but he might not be able to cover every single opportunity out there, or every single organization or procuring organization out there, where DARPE, with its own researchers and the algorithm that it has, we track more than 1,150 sources and organizations implementing or funding organizations of that they procure publicly. They procure their requests for proposals and requests for applications. This means that through our services, we have a better confidence rate. Through scouting, through DARPE, organizations will have a better confidence rate of not losing a single opportunity. It reaches up to 95% of confidence rate, because we have this systematic process of finding and of updating and increasing our sources on daily basis. Because every day we have emerging organizations coming up. And every day there are international organizations that we haven't heard about before. We start to find them there, and we have located them, and we start tracking them. In addition to other open and classified sources of opportunities. But is this enough? Is this enough to write a good winning proposal just to have the tender opportunity? Yeah, it's very important and vital, but it's not enough. So we think that people should engage. Engage, here you have two different ways of engagement: proactive engagement and reactive engagement. Engage, you need to talk and build and connect with organizations together. This is what means engage. And it is not only contact, it's engagement. It's an engagement phase of relationship. A proactive one, which you will have, where you start contacting these organizations and start putting and marketing yourself and trying to understand their needs and understand the challenges of these organizations, donor agencies or procuring agencies. You start fulfilling these challenges and needs by supplying your services, either a non-governmental organization or either a consulting firm, because both we are a service delivery industry. Consulting firms and non-governmental organizations are services delivery industry. So you need to engage with these organizations where you need to have a list of active funding and implementing organizations in which you start talk, reach out, meet, connect, and talk and build this relationship. this relationship to be built should be based on information about the priorities of the consultant, the client you are trying to reach out, about their funding priorities, their funding needs, and their issues and challenges technically that they need to develop, to fund, or to implement. So even if you have a list of 10, 20, 30 organizations, 30 clients, potential donors you want to engage, every day there are organizations are arising, and every day there are organizations that are fading. So it's a dynamic process of an ecosystem with the development aid. It's any experienced person in the world will not be able to know every organization, single organization working in any of the specific countries he or she is trying to find. In the Middle East, we have accumulated a database of 3,500 plus updated database of whole ecosystem, from bilateral, multilateral organizations, development banks, like World Bank, like European Investment Bank, EBRD, the African Development Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, to corporate foundations like Kia Corporate Foundation, PMW Foundation, the Google Foundation, and the Pfizer Foundation, and so on, to Arab organizations like Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan Foundation, Dubai Care Foundation, Misk Foundation, King Salman Foundation and charity organization, and along the whole stream of Arab net worth owned foundations in the Middle East. And we have also added local NGOs, regional NGOs, international organizations like the World Vision, CARE International Plan, the Danish Refugee Council, as well as consulting firms who are working in the field, as well as a list of individual consultants that they opted to create their profile. So they have a lot of partners of the whole ecosystem that you start engaging and connecting. We prepare for you the contact information, the real contact information, the most difficult part, to find who is in there to connect. So you have real contact information, real contact emails that people can directly get the email and send a good email to partner. Of course, no one will expect if you send an email to an organization or to a partner to talk to, you will have 100% response. It's varying depending on the organization itself that you are sending emails to, or depending on what you are offering. So from scout to engage, is this enough as well to win and secure contracts or proposals, secure contracts or grant awards? Not enough. We need to position yourself. You need to be memorable. You need to promote and market your services. NGOs, non-governmental organizations, need to market and promote their services. And we call it communication for development. So you communicate the results and you communicate the solutions that you have delivered and designed, and you communicate the results, which are the outcomes and the impact that you have been able to achieve. You need to promote yourself so people can remember you, and you start being memorable. So you have, you will build accordingly. You start building what you call trusted relationship or loyalty with the other side. You start paving the road to loyalty by showcasing your work. Same thing for consulting firms, and same thing even for individual consultants, where they position themselves to be thought leadership. The positioning through DARPE also didn't forget the positioning part. We offer organizations and consulting firms the power of the word, and the power of marketing, and the power of outreach to 50,000 plus development practitioners among the Middle East, organically grown database, through either to speak out in a webinar in which you connect with people and you start generating potential leads, and you start building and getting the first step, the second step into your business development and partnership relationship. So partnering in a webinar is one of the best solutions. What better than running a hall of like-minded peers, potential partners and potential clients, listening to your successful solutions or listening to your successful methodologies or your successful products. Nothing can beat that or compete with such an opportunity. And as well as we provide sponsored content, محتوى, that is affecting and influencing the minds and hearts of the people, and which you start building your credibility and thought leadership. No one will give a contract or a grant to an organization without that organization or consulting firm proves the credibility, creditworthiness, and the capacity and ability to handle the services and the projects they will be entrusted through a contract or a subcontract or a grant to deliver. So positioning. Once you have scouting, you are very good, very successful in scouting and finding these relevant opportunities. You start to engage with people that the right partners and the right consultants and the right clients. Start positioning yourself and marketing yourself. You are in the way. You are putting yourself up to the winning rate of up to 80%. Where comes the capture? Whereas you write your proposal. Now your proposal will be informed. Why informed? Because you have positioned yourself, because you learned about your clients and you learned about your partners, and you have selected them as in a strategical, relevant way. And you have from the beginning identified not any opportunity to compete with or to respond, but those relevant opportunities to respond to. So you are running the ladder, you are climbing the ladder to 80% winning rate. When you start you're capturing that's it. The fruit is ready for handling. You just capture it by having that well-prepared proposal. A well-prepared proposal will never be well-prepared unless you have all the information necessary to prepare. 1, client-focused. 2, competitive. 3, thoughtful. And this will never be done unless you do the scouting, engaging, and positioning. As well as DARPE have allowed to have added a number of extra services or products, like we handpick development news and development solutions, in which you as a business developer or you as a partnership specialist can read, can skim and learn those solutions, those approaches, and then can adopt these approaches within your new design for the program. The same thing we have done, as well as webinars, not only for promoting organizations, but also for distributing and disseminating information on successful solutions. Because any good proposals, behind good proposals are great ideas and thoughtful ideas, but not any ideas that fulfill client needs and client issues and client requirements. So these 4 stages are reflected into our website. How? The following. Scouting, you will find in our website, our platform, a page specifically for tenders and grants and individual consulting opportunities with a reliable search engine. In Engage, you will find our database, 3,500 organizations with real contact information, previous procurement notices, plus who they have worked with before. So you can easily know who these clients, potential funding agencies, implementing partners have funded who before. So you can relate. And who they have worked with before. So you know who have been their contractors, sub-consultants and consultants or NGOs. Such a list will bring you potential partners or potential competitors. So here you start knowing who is in the competitive landscape that you are competing with. There's a list of organizations that must, among such a list, there are those potential partners or potential competitors to your to win and capture grants and or contracts. As well as we provide a list of daily basis, regularly updated, a list of awarded contracts and awarded projects or awarded grants for you non-governmental organizations or profit organizations, consulting firms to seek, talk to, and to potential subcontracting opportunities. In the position stage, we have this advertise with purpose or market your impact, where we help organizations to design and co-design a webinar, promoting positioning webinars, and co-design and collaborate in designing, in writing and developing their success stories or profiles in which we can share it for the people. The power of the webinar and the power of the word of the success story, or the power of impact and the power of successful solutions. So this is where position. The capture, in order to capture a program, you have to have good consultants or good project managers, good CVs in your proposal. So we have this database that is growing on daily basis of consultants database. In order to capture, you have to read and understand methodologies. So we have a section and pages about development solutions and solutions, as well as we have recently developed an online proposal development tool that will help you in writing your proposal. At least you will deliver the first 3 to 7 pages of your draft proposal, which makes about 30% of your proposal, at least at 30% readiness stage. We call it an early draft. This tool that is online asks you questions and you answer it and you write it online. Questions such as, what is the vision of the client? What is the purpose of this project? What is your best solution to handle that? And so on. Once you start writing these answers to these questions, it will help you draft a very early draft of your proposal. We are continuing producing more tools, and we are continuing producing more information and data to be able to bring in what we call the connected experience. Once you have this connected experience from the early identification of the opportunity until engaging, positioning, and capturing, it's all connected to each other. Proposal document or winning contracts and grants is like a puzzle game. You have to have all the pieces together to have the whole picture ready in front of you, which we call story to tell. Once you are able to write a story to develop and present a story to tell, believe me, you will be able to secure grants and contracts easily, because it's easy to understand. For 2021, 52% of DARPE members have been able to secure contracts, more than 3 opportunities. This not only attributed to DARPE. Of course, they have to write a good proposal, so they have to have this machine. But DARPE have attributed or contributed, for such a winning by the engagement, the contact information they have, and the way the data that they are seeking and they are absorbing on daily basis, and the tenders and the grants they receive on regular basis via their inbox directly, and email alert to their inbox. 52% is a great winning rate. We are again, that's why we are always in the process of a dynamic process to learn and adapt to increase this percentage up to 60 and even to 70 to 80%. Once we have this, this only done by adding more of data, of information and intelligence, and connect all of these together, so we have what we call the connected experience for our members to grow and to win and to sustain their organizations, and for consulting firms to have more profitable growth, because by understanding client needs and having real opportunities in real time, connect with people and build trust relationship and position, you will 100% have a profitable, not only winning contracts, but profitable contracts. Because nowadays, all donor agencies, all the clients in development aid are looking for best value, not for lowest cost, best value. DARPE provides you with the capacity, with the information to have this best value. I will have questions. Do you have any questions? So can you write these questions on chat, please? I finished my presentation for today. So if you have any questions, please share and write. I will be more than happy to answer these questions. Do you have any questions? Please write your questions. No questions. Bravo. Christine, can I please share my screen? I want to share the website. The first questions from Amira Muhammad. She said, Khalid said, thank you very much. Amira Muhammad said, could you please elaborate more on the recent statement on donors being more into best value? Yeah. Best value means that they will not get the lowest price. So if you go into competing, into competitive bidding and tendering, they will not get the lowest price. What they will, maybe they can get the lowest price once the lowest price bring them the value they are looking for. What is the value? The value are the benefits that the client, the organization, the donor agency, we call it the client because this is the normal name of any contract law. The donor agency will get the benefits for them as an organization fitting their strategic objectives, as well as getting the benefits for the beneficiaries or the ministries or the reform they are applying, they are aiming at. So improving, for instance, increasing, reducing poverty is an interest for a client or a donor agency, whereas as well as it's a strategic direction in that specific country, for instance, or empowering women or reducing domestic violence. The value that you are going to bring what kind of solutions that you will employ to deliver the outcomes, the developmental results. The more better condensing your solutions, your connected experience proposal, the better the value is. So even if you are higher in cost, you will be selected. This is what we call best value. Here is okay. Thank you, Amira. I hope that I have answered your question. Any other questions? Amira Muhammad, yes, sir. Thank you a lot. Thank you, Amira.
I'm wondering.
Here is our website. I'm sharing the website screen in which you have, in the beginning, as I said, that we have applying a holistic approach to winning development aid funded contracts. And I just mentioned the scouting, engaging, the positioning and capturing, which is the best practice in business development and in winning more contracts and grants in the development industry, and actually in any industry, but let's say specifically in the development aid industry, which is the multi-billion US dollar a year in the Middle East, multi-billion dollars a year, and covering the whole Middle East. And we cover the whole Middle East, Egypt, Lebanon, Palestine, Iraq, Morocco, whole countries, even Turkey as well as. And here is our funding platform. So you go under funding, you will find tenders and grants. In tenders and grants, you will find a variety. Here is the search engine that we have. You can search by keyword, you can search by client, organization, you can search by country, specific sector, specific type of survey type. Is it a tender or a grant or individual consulting opportunity? Per services, you can tighten as much as you want of you to come up with relevant opportunities. And here is a list of tenders. For today, for instance, there is a UNDP project in Morocco, another one in environment and energy, Care International in Morocco as well, another one from Care International, Oxfam in Lebanon, CRS Catholic Relief Services in Palestine, Oxfam again, Christian Aid in Lebanon, Palestine, the term Bizon, Action Against Hunger, UNICEF in Sudan. Then we have FINBI, the current consulting firm that is managing a USAID project in Egypt. And the list goes and goes and goes along. Here is the next page.
A couple of questions.
The next page you would find
We've got a couple of questions in the chat.
Another list of as well as of consulting firms, of tenders and opportunities. As I said before, even any excellent guy in the world that who can claim that he is the one who is getting an everyday scouting and searching for organizations, he will never be able to do the same as we do, because we have dedicated staff doing this and algorithm coding doing this. It's not an easy job to be handled, frankly speaking, unless you have very, very specific clients you are working with, which you start tracking their websites on a daily basis to track contracts or grant award requests for proposals, procurement notices. But if you are talking about the whole industry, the whole development aid, you have to have an aggregator. We call ourselves aggregators. The same thing, we have our directory. In the directory, you have the organizations, and under organizations, you will find a lot, 3,561 results from the whole spectrum by category: Arab organization, bilateral and multilateral, corporate funder, international organization, national and regional NGO, and private sector. So you can search and find, and in any organization, for instance, I don't know who is this Max Weber Stifting. It's a Dutch, or seems to be a German. So if I click on it, I will have a better, more intelligent profile to look at, and I will find information such as the contact information. And here are the contact information for the staff of this organization: deputy office manager, and in France, in Germany. Here's the areas they are working with. Who do you work with? You work with the German Federal Ministry of Education. This is one of the donor agencies that we are listing here. So if you have any work in with the GIZ or with the German Ministry of Federal Ministry of Education, then a project is implemented in the Middle East, you can partner with this organization, connect with. They work in Egypt, Iraq, Lebanon, Libya, Palestine, Syria, and Turkey. And so on. So here's what we call about our organizations. The same thing for experts. We have a growing, nascent yet list of experts. We are having 404 CVs. We are aiming to have more. So please, if you have an individual consultant and you would like to be seen, contacted, and contracted by DARPE members, because our members utilize this database to find the right people to recruit during their proposal stage or during their award stage. So if you are an individual consultant, it's good for you to throw your CV here, to put your profile here, to be among the crowd, so you will not also lose a single opportunity for an organization or a consulting firm to approach you for a potential opportunity to work with. We really thank all these 404 people who opted to create their individual consulting profiles and trusted DARPE to be the place in which they can be contracted and contacted. Going back to the chat, I have there is a question from Jamal Khabbaz. Say, hi, how can I benefit from DARPE as a freelancer? Exactly. A freelancer, you're a consultant. We in our tenders and grants page, we are locating in the contracts that they say for individual consulting personnel. So those consultants who are required as a freelancer, 5+ years of experience, and are looking for short-term consultancy assignments for 3 months or 4 months that has deliverables to be submitted. And usually these requests for proposals, these RFPs request the submission of financial and small methodology or 3 pages of proposal. We capture these opportunities on daily basis, and we put it on our system so you can easily see them and apply. You will benefit from that. In addition, if you would like as a freelancer to add your CV or your profile on our page, it's for free. It's for free, and this will certainly enhance your visibility. And as I said, be contacted or contracted through our members of DARPE members. Anna saying to everyone said, can you maybe do an example search? Oh, okay, we can do an example search. Let's go to the funding page, and let's okay, funding. I will go to the tenders and the grants page. Tenders, grants, and individual consulting opportunities. And this is important because there's a lot of individual consulting opportunities. Donors are relying on individual consultants a lot. So if I go to select a country, a country, for instance, let's say Lebanon, and even I can say even Bahrain. Yeah, let's say Bahrain, which is one of the Gulf countries, not only developing countries. So Lebanon, Bahrain, and I select, for instance, democratic governance, and for instance, we call into economic growth, which underneath entrepreneurship and private sector development. Status, we need accepting bids and open as well, and close for you for this sake, for the sake of this exercise to see the opportunities which has been listed. Type, let's say everything, tender, grant. Client sets have the whole list. You can easily go to USAID, for instance. Yeah, for instance, if I can go to US, yeah, or all clients, and let's say all clients now. And services from accounting to advocacy to business development to capacity building and training, engineering services, environmental services, events management, feasibility studies, and the whole list goes along. And then we do search. So we have a search here, and we have 993 results. And you start with this one. Labor-intensive forest activities with vulnerable communities in Lebanon. Deadline 10th of February. This is Lebanon, and this is a grant. It's a UNDP. Sectors of services, economic growth, environmental and energy, advocacy and awareness, capacity building training, and environmental services. Because we selected economic growth in our search, so you have come up with this economic growth opportunity. مؤسسة الأصفري Foundation. Request for a proposal for a provision of a hybrid social entrepreneurship fellowship. Then we have individual consulting, national research consultant. Here is with the freelancers. Democratic governors, research and assessment in Lebanon. In Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Kuwait, they are looking for independent midterm evaluation of a program entitled Work in Freedom. This ILO. So ILO is working in Kuwait. Then here's another one in Egypt, Tunisia, and Lebanon. So it's a regional one with investment mid-or support for grants and small, medium-sized enterprises, and so on. If Lebanon, here's in Bahrain, for instance. In Bahrain, the deadline of 26th of January in a democratic governance and research assessment, an individual consultant for learning management consultant for the international organization for migration. And so on, and so on, and so on. Of course, you have someone should your organization look at this list every day, try to find which one much more suiting his or her organization's mandates and expertise and services. And here is again Lebanon and Tunisia, and so on. So even those countries which we can't find that much of development aid funded projects, I was amazed to know that there are development aid funded projects in the Gulf Council countries. United Arab Emirates to Kuwait, to Bahrain, Muscat, Oman, and Saudi Arabia, as well as Qatar. Then we have another question from, okay. Ooh, sorry, 1 minute. Can you make us better? Thank you, Anna. I hope that I have done a search for you. The same search engine is available for consultants. Same search engine is available for directories. And we are proud of our search engine because this is what brings you the reliability. And we are reliable. It's both algorithmically and people in their eyes collect. We have researchers of all our graduates, majors in social sciences and humanities, mainly political science. Then we have from Dr. Safa Nash. She said, it's good, thank you, but how can we develop some projects for psychological for children? Look, here you have two ways, either to be reactive or proactive, and you have to be both. What I meant here? You have to track tenders and the grants because there might be a tender or a grant available to develop psychosocial support services or psychological services for children, like أطباء بلا حدود. I don't know the name in French. There are so many organizations working on the psychological well-being of children. So, and this you start putting a proposal, a response, but in order to do a response, you have to understand the organization. You have to do your own search. Through DARPE, you can do this, your own search. You have the necessary information that you can do the search enough, only enough. So you don't be in an ocean in that much of knowledge that you'll be able to have a successful proposal. The other way is proactive. Go to our directory, look which organization is working in psychological, either donor funding agency or international organization or corporate funder, or in our directory will have child rights or Arab Foundation. Find these organizations, click on their profiles on DARPE, understand what they are doing, who they have worked with, go to their website. You have to go to their website, read, and we call it unsolicited, proactively send them an email, a communication email, in which you say, what you do, how you will be able to benefit them, their strategic objectives, because you are reading them, you are reading them. So I'm sure a good percentage of those organizations will respond to you, and here you go. And here you go, you start working on your ideas and your projects. Rana, to everyone, how much is the fees per month for registration? There is a membership fees. There is a membership plans in DARPE, and I'm clicking on them now. It's 6,000 Egyptian pound per year. It's about $350 US per year. Per year. 6,000 per year means 500 Egyptian pound per month. 500 Egyptian pound per month means 10 pounds, 15 pounds a day, $1 a day, $1 a day for organizations to see tenders, grants, and individual consulting opportunities. For freelancers, it's like a 50% of the cost, but they only can see the individual consulting opportunities. We have recently applied a free trial. So everyone can go to a free trial, put your name, register, and you'll get 1 week trial. So you can see the data, the intensity of the data, and the value of the data. Once you are happy of the value that you are getting, and you think that such information are needed by your organization, then you continue upgrading your account. If not, and you have all necessary infrastructure, staff and employees and personnel, and you really have a good setup, there is no need for that. But I'm sure larger organizations, smaller ones need DARPE. We have the largest consulting firms in the world are members of DARPE. There's a majority of national consulting firms are members of DARPE, as well as non-profit organizations. And even we have some donor organizations are members of DARPE because they would like to capitalize on our directory, so they can have their own list of NGOs in which they can talk to them directly. And that's why I'm encouraging you to put your individual consultant profile or organizational profile. We have Hania said, when we select individual in the search engine, this means that individual consultants can only apply, or we can apply as an organization. When you select individual, means that individual only can apply. But however, there are some consulting firms, smaller ones, can apply in the name of the consulting firm with the CV of one person. But usually it's an individual for individual consultancy now, and it's only la مشاريع استشارية, local consulting consultants are required. Sylvia Bruch said, do you also have individual membership with the same benefits as the organization membership? No. Organizational membership, what we mean about it is that whatever the member who's paying the 6,000 Egyptian pound a year, or the equivalent of US dollar, he will see every aspect of the website, all information, tenders, grants, and individual consulting. Individuals membership will only see tenders and grants that are allocated or eligible only for individual consultants to apply for. Here is where and how individual can benefit. They can benefit from individual consultancy. But if they are looking for tenders and grants at the level of organization, that eligible consulting firms or nonprofit organizations are eligible to apply, here they have to upgrade to an organization membership to be able to see such information. However, individual membership can see the whole database. They can see the whole, and they can't see the CVs of the database that we have for consultants because they don't need it actually. They are individual consultants. It's needed by organizations who are preparing their proposal document in which they put and propose personnel. I hope that I have explained. Here is we have the blue line. The same people can apply, can be members for a year, and they can be members for a 6 month. So they can test and 6 month membership or 12 months membership, either for individual or for organizations. And Sting says, great, thank you. Kamal Barakat asks, how are you different than DivX? Yeah, we are competing with DivX, but we are better than DivX. Why? Because we are mainly focusing on the Middle East, and we are catering for the small businesses and small organizations, non-profit organizations, up to the largest ones. Because we are focusing on the Middle East, you will find opportunities from local NGOs of tender opportunities or request for a proposal that you will not find it in, and regional ones that you will not find it in DivX. You will find organizations, emerging organizations like the Asfari Foundation, which I just mentioned ago, you will not find it in DivX because we are really focusing on the Middle East and catering for the smaller to the larger organizations, where DivX is merely, I believe, talking to, it's a media platform. It's much more a media platform rather than a business development enabler platform. We are more a business development, and they are catering for the larger names, international multi-million-dollar organizations and consulting firms working with them. And they are more into hiring, random hiring and mass hiring. DivX is a great platform. There are other than DivX great platform, and we are as well as a great platform. So we are all competing. It's up to the requirements of the people and the needed requirements. But the bottom line, we are more focused. We are MENA region, and we are Middle Eastern people who are running this platform from the region. From the region to the region. Hiba Sarhan saying, are these opportunities published exclusively on DARPE? No. There are a growing number of donor agencies and implementing partners started to send us their opportunities to be published on DARPE because they know that we have the best and brightest subscribers. Because a subscriber at DARPE means that someone who is interested to consistently and strategically grow his business. They are serious people. So that's why they send their request for proposals to DARPE platform to be shared. But I think they do share their RFPs and requests and anywhere else, because every donor agency, every organization would like to share their RFP as much as they can, so they can receive as much as they can from proposals, so they can select the best value and the best price. So recently, there are so many organizations who are re-advertising their tenders and requests for applications because they don't find people. So most of these donor agencies will, in any platform, any outlet, they will put their RFPs in Facebook and so on. So they are not exclusively published on DARPE, but we are sending to DARPE, and what we do is aggregating and searching the whole market algorithmically coding and people, so we can get every opportunity there up between your hands. Thank you for the question, Ustaza Hiba Sarhan. Yali Haj Hassan. Could you please inform us on the process to join the development partners as an international consultancy? Very easy. You just go to create your profile at the bottom, create your profile for free. And here you have, as if you are an individual consultant, then you click here. If you are an organization, you click here. And then once you create your organization profile, you start having a form, you fill it. And once you submit it, your profile is published and is seen by so many DARPE members. This is where you, as an organization, to be seen, but even as well as a consulting firm, as an individual consultant. But as an individual, the membership allows you to get to. It's a paid membership because we are a commercial-driven platform. It's owned by private consulting firm, privately owned. I mean. So to be benefiting as a consulting firm, you have to be as a member of the DARPE membership of the DARPE. DARPE members. Dr. Kuskan, sorry for my English language. Serifir Blue, he said, or Dr. Kuskan said, how can I involve as a consultant for your ongoing projects? There are so many ongoing projects, so many members that are looking for consultants. The only thing is to create your individual consultant profile, as well as to be a member, paid member, as an individual consultant to get the data on daily basis so you can apply. We are an aggregator platform. We are not the client. We just aggregate and connect things together. But then you will have to apply for the procuring agencies so you can be potentially a consultant for their programs or their projects. Haneen Tarabai said, could you please elaborate what grants are as a company searching for bids to apply for and deliver our services for a specific price? We search for tender. Can we benefit from the grants in any way? Private consultant firms usually are not allowed to apply for grants unless they forego their profits. But it's a long shot, Hani. It's a very long shot to apply for grants as a local private consultant firm, out of my experience. So don't bother about that much, actually. What you need to do is to look for tenders and tenders opportunities, prepare yourself, look for organizations, look for partners, try to see who might be competitive. As we said, we have a list of competitors. Prepare your differentiators, start writing your proposal, and you be able to win. From Noor to everyone, okay. From Sylvia, again, okay, thank you, I understand it now. Thank you, Sylvia. Yali, Haj Hassan, thank you so much for much. So thank you so much. Here we have ended the questions. I don't want to get more time, guys, but I urge you to contact us or to schedule an demonstration call and to connect with us. We can further explain the process, explain the business development process, explain the partnership process, what we call trusted partnership. It's about trust. It's all about trust and how to write a good proposal. You can schedule a demonstration call in which we can tell you step by step further tailored search for your organization to try to find the opportunities and to tell you how can you win, how can you secure contracts and grant awards in the development aid industry or in the development aid sector, the international development aid sector, throughout the Middle East and North Africa countries. I hope I haven't been fast enough, but I want to finish in 1 hour. So thank you very much for attending. Thank you for trusting DARPE. Thank you for your time to listen to us. And we are all here to connect with you. Just contact us. This will not cost you anything, or just try DARPE for free. Share the news with others. Hopefully you will be able, DARPE will be an assistant, a support to your business development, proposal development, and partnership activities and efforts. Thank you so much for listening. Hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.